We're really happy to have you here. We're really excited to speak to you about your work. We actually love your work. I think you're a great collabo together. Like, it just works perfectly. So thank you so much. So Sadé is going to be asking some questions. So yeah.
Hey, star of the show.
Thank you. So the first question is, The Rapping Princess is your latest collaboration. What was the inspiration behind the story? And for Alan, what discussions did you have on how to bring the story to life with illustrations?
That is such a good question. So what was the inspiration behind the story? I love fairy tales. Fairy tales are my favorite, like, they're one of my favorite genres. My favorite fairy tale is the 12 princesses. So it's about these princesses. Have you ever read it before?
I think so.
Yeah, and there's 12 of them.
Yeah, and they got
yes, and they're all sisters. You know the story. But yeah, so that's always been like my favorite book when I was younger. That's just the one that's like stood out to me.
Yeah.
And I just really wanted to create a fairy tale as well. And also, I just love rapping. It's like, not a lot of people know this. This is an exclusive. I like freestyle rap by myself. So I actually rapped the book in my head. So I was like, I wrote the book on my phone. That's literally how I wrote the book.
Oh,
yeah.
So I love it.
Yeah, like, you know how rappers, like, when rappers are writing, sometimes they just write in the notes section, they're like, dinner, and it's like on the go. That's how I wrote The Rapping Princess.
Oh, no, it's awesome. We read it and it's brilliant.
Oh, thank you. So you know there's a princess called Sadé. So
yes. Yeah.
I love her.
Yeah. You were like, yeah, that's me. Based off me, actually.
And it just goes on to Alan now with like the illustrations, like you get it so well with like the hair and like the features. It's just amazing, like the different, like the detail to it. So we just wanted to know, like, as Sadé said, what was the discussions around that and how did you bring that to life in your illustrations?
So Hannah sent me lots of references to look at. Some of it I was familiar with, so there's things like Disney fairy tales and Disney animation castles, and there are others that I wasn't familiar with, kind of more recent music. I think my music knowledge, I'm a bit older than Hannah, so my knowledge is from the 90s. I wasn't familiar with a lot of the recent hip-hop, R&B. Yeah, it was good to kind of, I was kind of looking at things that I was familiar with as well from the 90s and noughties, and kind of looking at things that Hannah sent me and using both of those as references. But I would always send Hannah ideas that I could come up with for her approval, and then she would send ideas back. So I mean, this is how we worked on my hair as well, and it's been I love getting feedback and being told what to do. So yeah, I like this way of working.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm a designer as well, so you're right. It's just much easier if the client or who you're working with knows what they want. So it's just easy for you to just go off and like figure it out and just make it look glorified. But no, it looks really lovely. Like the illustrations are lovely. The colours are really popping.
Yes.
Like the neon fairy tale.
Yeah, like a modern take on like the fairy tale kind of story.
Yeah, and like the clothes design. And it really...
That's Alan.
Oh, cool. Yeah, they're really nice.
It's really nice. And it really shows, like, most of it shows culture too.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
Oh, that's what we were trying to do. I'm so happy.
Cool. Do you want me to see the next one?
This is like the first feedback that we've got on the book as well, because have you had any feedback? I've not had any, like,
no.
It must be like one of the earliest readers.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So next question.
The next question is, what was the best part about working together?
Do you want to go first or should I go first?
Do you want to go first?
Oh, cool. I've just always found it really, really easy to work with Alan. Like, there's a constant communication. We're always talking. It's really visual as well. So for me, I'll like send him a picture of a celebrity or something, and he'll be like, cool, I can incorporate this. And he like shows you every step of the process, which I don't know how anybody else does it. But for me, that's like really lovely to be able to see how someone's taken your words and what they're doing with them. Like literally the building bricks. He will literally send me a sketch and you're like, wow. Because he's super talented and you're like, wow, I can see how the story's coming along. So yeah, it's really easy to work with him. That's the best part about working with him. It's really easy. And to see somebody else who's so talented, just like taking your words and doing stuff with them, and you're there too. Yeah, that's the best part, I think.
Amazing.
Yeah, and I love getting feedback, and Hannah's great at just kind of creating these mood boards where she would send like a PDF with just lots of images, and then you get like a good sense of what the story's about, what the atmosphere is, what the world that she's going for looks like. So yeah, I love getting feedback and being sent references to look at and sending ideas and tweaking ideas. So yeah, it's how I like to work. So yeah, it's been a good collaboration.
Yeah, it's pretty good having mood boards as well. I love a good mood board, don't we?
Yeah,
Like,
we always make it for like the end of the year.
yeah.
Oh, like a vision board.
Yeah.
Yes, I love those.
It's a nice little thing that we do. And we also talk about Sadé magazine. So when we're like thinking of different ways, brainstorming, yeah. So yeah, cool.
Love that.
And I really like team building skills.
Yes, which we had to use.
Yeah.
That's even great that you already know at your age.
Yeah. So the next question is, when did you discover your love for art or writing? What was it like?
Ooh. So when did I discover that I wanted to be a writer? Really young, primary school.
Oh, yeah.
So I was maybe around, I want to say 7, 8.
Yeah.
So I actually didn't realize that. So the other day I actually found a diary that was like 2004, 2003. So I'm 24. I had to think about that for a second. I'm 24. So that diary was labeled 2004, 2003. So I was like, oh, so that's how far back it goes. And it was literally me writing about my day, writing about everything I had done, how I was annoyed because someone had taken the TV remote or whatever. Like, it was literally a whole write as this, but like I always wrote diaries, and that's kind of where it starts from too. So I've always written stuff. I've always written stories. And actually in my hair, there's 2 characters who's named after 2 boys I went to school with, because I promised them when I was in primary school, I would write a story about them. I put them in it. So it's just always been there from primary school, probably 7 years old, 6 or 7. But yeah.
Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool. And did you get...
You guys are awesome, because look, you're so young and you've got a whole magazine empire. Like, when I was your age,
yeah,
I was there reading the magazine on the rack and putting it back because I didn't have the money to buy it.
Yeah, we did it because there's no like there's nothing out there like Sadé magazine. Lots of literacy and arts, and that's what my profession is, and the kids obviously love it as well, her little brother. And so we just decided that, well, Sadé decided that she wanted to make something that she could, if she went to the shops, she could buy it and enjoy it. So yeah, and 100%. We really love like interviewing, as we said, so that's why we did it, and it's going really well. We're getting so much amazing like people, feedback, and like lots of people that we speak to. It's like a nice way of building up her skills and building up my network as well. So it's pretty much both, like different ages, but still working for us.
Still, I love it so much. Yeah.
Alan, how about you?
Well, I didn't know that I could. I loved drawing when I was a child, but I didn't know something you could do for a living. I think I remember seeing, I think it was Beauty and the Beast on VHS in the 90s. And before the film, they had a segment where they showed the making of, and there were these people actually drawing the animation stills, like drawing pencil drawings. And I was thought, oh, that people can do that as a living, that you can be an animator. And then so I think after that, I wanted to be an animator when I was at school and kind of work for Disney. So I was drawing all the time. And then I went to university to do an animation degree with illustration as well, and finished that. And then I didn't have enough work at that time to get a proper job doing illustration or animation. So I did other jobs, but I kept on drawing in my free time. And so I was always drawing, even when I wasn't being paid. When I was being paid to do other things, I would still find time in breaks and when I'm not doing anything to just pick up a sketchbook and learn to draw. So yeah, so I've been drawing my entire life. So it's been, and yeah, and then as I got better and better, I got more confident at being able to get work and kind of make a living out of it. So but it's been a while. It's been a long journey.
Oh no, but it's a good one because you kept with it. You kept on, even though you was working in other places, you still kept doing your sketches and stuff and still practicing. So that's really good. And now you're doing what you love. So yeah.
Yeah.
We love people that are doing what they love.
Yeah. It's great.
Yeah, go on.
I like drawing too.
Yeah, she's good.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
But I stopped drawing, but I still try to draw now. My favorite type of art style is digital, and also like manga and anime art, because I watch like anime and animation, so I kind of like the way they draw. It's really nice.
Oh, I love anime as well. Yeah.
What's your
Some
favorite anime?
Miyazaki and Studio Ghibli animes. Great. Like Totoro.
Netflix, I like watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Next question.
What advice do you have for children, writers and illustrators of color?
My best advice would be this is the advice that I need to follow to keep going and to just write the story or draw the thing, just do the thing, because when stuff lives in your head, it lives in your head, right? So for example, I could have a thought right now and you don't know what I'm thinking. But when I put it out there, then you're like, oh, that's good. That's quite cool. That's whatever. And then we can kind of build and make it something bigger than it is. But if I keep that thought to myself and I keep that thought in my head, it doesn't live anywhere outside of my head. And then you can't see it. He can't see it. Do you know what I mean? Like no one can see it and if it just stays in my head. But sometimes we're really, really scared to put our thoughts out there because they're our thoughts. We're protective of them. But we have to put ourselves out there and just do it. And just remember, if you don't do it, who else is going to do it?
Yeah.
And that's the thing, even if somebody else does it, they're not going to do it like you.
Yeah.
There's a million people who can write a picture book, but they're not going to do it like me.
Yeah.
They're not going to draw it like Alan. A million people who could do magazines, but they're not going to do it like Sadé. You know, so it has to be you. Like, we need you. That's my main thing. We need you. Get it out there so everyone can see it. And yeah, that's the main thing. And don't undersell yourself short.
Yeah.
You're worth a lot. Your ideas are worth a lot. Believe in yourself, believe in your ideas and in your little special sauce. Yeah, that's my advice. Do you want to answer the second part of the question, or do you?
Yeah. No, I agree with everything Hannah said there. I think the thing I would add is also surround yourself with people who love doing similar things to you as well, because I think from my master's course, I kind of had a group of friends who are kind of also devoted to drawing and developing their skills. And I think when they get better, you get better. So it's always good to have people, friends around you who kind of are there, who like same things as you and support you and encourage you. And yeah, I think that's important as well. Also, yeah, just do what you love whenever you can, even if your time's been taken up by other things. When you do have time, just do what you love and get it out there.
Yes.
These are those really two good pieces.
Yeah,
of
really
advice.
great advice.
Like really,
Well, thank you.
They would help you. Welcome. They would help me because I'm in year 6 now, and we're leaving for secondary school soon. So, yeah, I have to try and figure out what we want to do in secondary school, and there's going to be lots of opportunities, and there are now. So these two pieces of advice would really help, and like all my friends too. Yeah. Thank you. The next question is, this one's for Alan. So it says, what mediums do you create your work in?
Well, I start with pencil on paper, and Hannah seen sketches that I've sent, and then what I would do is once we worked out everything with pencil on paper, I would scan it in, and then I would color digitally in Photoshop. And that would involve using digital brushes and different textures, and then would try out different colors digitally as well, and then send that to the art director and get feedback from the art directors at Faber and designers as well. Yeah, it's a lot of back and forth after that, working, getting feedback and changing things. And so yeah, digitally mainly, but I start off with pencil
Okay.
and paper.
I didn't know the process was, I guess, for the art directors and the designers, because they're putting the book together, right? I understand the creative director and art director because they'll probably know what kind of style they want in their books. But was there much like pushback on like your designs or your illustrations, or was it just quite neutral, the feedback?
It was, all the feedback was things that made the book better. So it wasn't anything that I disagreed with. Also, yeah, I think everyone's kind of on the same team and wanting to make it better. So it's I think even if sometimes like I am kind of in love with the style that I've come up with and been asked to change it, I think after a while I realize, oh, it does suit the story if I make it a bit more simpler here, or yeah. So it's always yeah, the feedback's always helpful for me anyway.
Can I say my hair, the detail on those hairstyles, oh my gosh, 10 out of 10.
Yeah, and I remember asking you to do my hair.
Yeah,
like that.
and her little brother was like, can I have that, you know, the high top? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was so visually appealing. Like, it was literally, they were like all in all, like both of them. They were like, yeah.
Can we have this? Can we have
Yeah.
this?
Oh, that's
So
great.
it's been great. I don't know if you've heard any other feedback, but that's one of the other questions. But yeah, it's for us, it's 10 out of 10.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank
just
you.
my hair, because when she was younger, she had like puff hair as well. She's got really thick
I love
hair.
that.
Yeah. So when I just saw that, and her godmother, so lovely, bought it for her, I thought, oh my gosh, this is Sadé. Like, I was going through it, and it's just so beautiful. So yeah, well done, guys.
Oh, thank you very much.
It was the first book that we reviewed for Sadé magazine.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
we
wow.
did. We put it in our
Is
Oh,
the first issue.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic.
So
I'm
yeah,
so excited.
it stays in your head. It's awesome. And yeah, this goes on nicely to the next question.
So the next question is, my hair was your first collaboration. What was one of the best feedbacks you received for this book?
Oh, that was one of them.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
just felt my cheeks even hurt.
Aw.
Oh, that's great. One of the best feedbacks, I think it was mainly for me, when people say I can see myself in it, and like, just even people just saying that they enjoy the story, like, I can't even believe, like, still that people are reading something that I've written. Like, I still can't really get my head around it. So for people to be like, I can see myself and I'm reading it and I enjoy the story, and this is like what I do at home, this is what happens with me, this is my journey, and I'm like, are you serious? Like, you read the book? First of all, let's go back a couple steps. You read the book? And they're like, yeah. But to be part of somebody's childhood is, for me, it's just the best. Yeah. But the best feedback is probably, there was a mummy. Oh, sorry, just got a mummy blogger called Smiles and Draw, and she sadly passed away. And she gave me just amazing feedback because she had it for her daughter Talia, and she was just like, we just love this, and it was actually her birthday at the time as well. So I always just remember her feedback and her support, and I'm just so grateful for her and her family. And also I always remember Danya as well, and Bonnie, who was like one of the first kids ever to read my hair. So that was just, yeah, those feedbacks have been great, that they just loved the book and they really connected with it, and that has always stayed with me.
No,
Yeah, I agree. I remember the first, I think it was, Danya and Bonnie who were one of the first to get the book before it was out. I think they had advanced copies of it quite like a few months early. And yeah, there was photos of them always carrying it around and how they're reading it to their friends. And yeah, I remember seeing that, and I think then I realized, oh wow, this is
that was, I was like, oh, like the book is actually a book. Like that's when I was like, oh, it's out here, it has a life of its own. So that was 100%.
It's definitely a classic. I love the celebration of hair as well. There's no excuses or anything, and I know it's for kids, but adults alike, we actually love it. And just like the different styles and the illustrations again are so beautiful. Like, it just captures every single detail. It's just lovely, yeah. And
Even
the
like in the
right way
train
as well.
station.
Yeah, it's just the right kind of detail as well, because there's,
Yeah, and
just got it.
Yeah, and I really wouldn't be surprised for the all the feedback you get, because it's just an inspiring book.
Oh, thanks so
Thank
much,
you very
Sadé.
much. Yeah.
Oh,
Great collabo, your great collaboration. We can't wait for more work.
Yeah.
Dynamic
No
duo. No pressure, no pressure.
Here's the next one.
Who were your favorite authors or illustrators whilst growing up?
Do you want to answer first? I've been answering first.
Yeah.
No.
I think mine were mostly illustrators. I didn't read books when I was little. I read mostly comic books. So I think it was mostly things like Asterix and Tintin and kind of Donald Duck and also I think when I did start reading illustrated books, it was people like Raven Briggs who did The Snowman, and Ronald Searle, who's an old British illustrator who influenced 101 Dalmatians, the Disney film. So I think I think that those would be my influences from when I was growing up. I think more recently, there's lots of great illustrators around who are big influences. Dapo's a big influence. He's fantastic. Chris Riddell, and I will try. There's lots more, but can't think of which ones at the moment.
Yeah.
You know when they're just like, as I said, I really loved fairy tales growing up. So the 12 Princesses was like my thing. That was my jam. Who else did I read? I can't remember. Oh, there was like a set of Cinderella books. There was fairy tales that were redone. And they redid them with multicultural casts and stuff. And I remember being really attracted to the illustrations. They were like small pocket books. And I can't remember who did it. I think, Jane Rees, I think her name was the illustrator. But they were classic stories redone, and they were like the gruesome fairy tales. So it was really interesting because in the Cinderella that I grew up with, Cinderella's toes, not Cinderella, the ugly sister's toes, they chopped their toes off in order to fit the shoe. But everybody else didn't grow up with that version. So everybody else was like, oh yeah, they just squeezed and they couldn't fit. And I was like, no, I'm pretty sure someone's toes got chopped off, and everyone was like, no, we don't know that version. But it's actually the original version that I had. But I remember being really stunned by the illustrations because there was a black prince, for example, and I was like, this is new. So I really loved those growing up. And there was also in school, I remember Handa's Surprise was in every classroom. You also had the Grace series, and that was the first time I'd seen like Black girls in books. That was like for me the first time, and those were the only books that you went to see us. Or Wilma in The Magic Key. What's Biff, Chip, and Kipper.
Oh yeah, that series where like the nurseries and receptions.
Yes, and there's a character called Wilma, and she's got a brother. And they're both black. But I actually just remembered that, and I was like, oh yeah, they were just the only kind of times that I saw. But I liked reading those. Those are the books that everyone starts off with. So to see yourself even like reflected in those is like, because everyone starts off with those. But I remember, I love fairy tales. Those are my thing.
It's really come a long way. It's really nice. And since doing this magazine, we've been like seeing so many. It's like, where have they been? Where have you all been? Kind of thing.
Right.
It's like, because growing up, I didn't have much. I didn't have a lot really. And so I always, when they were tiny, I always wanted to make sure there was books that represented them. So I always made sure I had a look, and it was nice that my friends looked as well. So hence why her godmother bought it. So it's just nice to see it a bit more now, and that there's like so much talent out there. Like we can't even grab everyone at the same time. We're just taking our time. But it's brilliant. This is the last question, and then we got like a quick fire round, which is quite nice. But this is the last one. This is the nice one.
So, describe your creative space and why is it special to you?
Oh, that's a good question. Alan, do you want to go first?
Yeah, my creative, I just came downstairs from my studio. It's I think I just like messiness, just things everywhere, paper, pencils. I think I try and tidy my creative space, but it will just get messy within an hour of me starting to work. Yeah, I think I like chaos in my creative space.
It's probably inspiring,
You
isn't
have a
it?
bit of chaos sometimes.
Well, it's chaos where you know where everything is, isn't it? It's like I
Yeah.
know exactly where that pen
Organized
that I got.
chaos.
Organized chaos, you know. Oddly, my space has a lot of gel pens. My creative space. I know it feels random, but
Gel pens
there's loads of
here.
gel pens. Hey, I love a good gel pen. Honestly, if they smell as well.
Yeah, the smelling ones are the best though.
Oh, when they smell like fruit or berries or stuff. And you know when you open them, it's like, ooh, immediately. So I like have loads of gel pens like surrounded by me. My laptop, and then I have like a really cute little laptop case. I have a weird fluffy narwhal, like a stress thingamajiggy, because you know when you type a lot, so you need to have something to like squeeze. So I have that and loads of books stacked with each other, and then they're all like coloring books as well, actually. So I like to do that, and then music is my creative space. And then I need to clean up the rest of my room, so we're not going to get into that bit. But the creative space is literally a desk, gel pens, laptop, and the narwhal, which I like to look at and squeeze. But yeah, that's it. It's quite tidy.
Nice.
For me, anyways.
It does sound good. Hence why you come up with all these lovely creations, because of your
Yeah.
creative workspace.
Yeah. You make me feel so much better about the mess. Thank you for that.
Quick fire round.
Ooh,
I'm
I'm
cool,
excited.
these ones.
So, what's your hidden talent?
Oh, I can do this. And this.
All my friends can do that, but I can only do this. Yeah, I can do that. You can do so much.
Yeah, this is the clover.
Yeah, my friends can do the clover. I can't.
It's inherited.
Yeah.
Oh,
So if your mum could do it,
yeah.
you could probably have done it. Yeah, because my dad can do it.
I can't.
It's a great talent. What can I say? Not everyone can do the clover.
Oh.
What about you,
Alan?
Oh, I didn't think. I'm not bad at running, which is I think if you saw me, you wouldn't expect that. But yeah, I think maybe that's my hidden talent. I quite enjoy running. Yeah.
Alan Bolt.
Yeah. It's a good one.
The next question is, what are you currently reading?
Oh, what am I currently reading? What am I reading right now? Oh my gosh. I can tell you the last thing I read, which is it, like I just finished it, which is probably why I'm not reading anything right now. Last thing I read was Circe by Madeline Miller.
Oh.
And it's a book, it's a Greek mythology book. It's about the goddess Circe, and she's the daughter of the sun, but she's his least favorite child. And she uses her magic wrong, and then she gets banished to an island all by herself. So that is the last book that I read. And it made me cry. I was crying loads. But it was really, really good. It was really good.
It sounds good. I like Greek mythology.
Oh, who's your favorite like goddess or god?
I think Zeus is the most common, so I like him.
I just finished this book actually. It's right here. It's just
Oh,
Amber Undercover by
Wait, hold on. Put it to the camera, Alan. Who does that look like?
Yeah.
Like you. Wait, is it you?
No.
No.
Look,
I thought it was you.
We've
exactly.
seen so much reviews about it. Is it good?
Yeah, it's very good. It's so it's about two friends who are at school. One of they go to this escape room activity center, and the main character does really well in it, Amber. And she's got this. Yeah, she's like a natural at problem solving, and then it kind of she kind kind of gets invited to do another test at this, and then she kind of gets taken into secret service and becomes a secret agent, and kind of her adventures throughout. Yeah, it's very good. It's very action packed, and yeah.
I want to read that. It's on my list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
Did you ever watch Casey Undercover?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it reminded me. When he was saying that, I was thinking, ooh,
I don't know any of this.
No, it's Leander in it.
Oh yeah, okay.
You know. We know. We
It's
know.
like on Disney Plus.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it was just on Disney Channel when I was. Oh my gosh, this is so funny. Yeah, I like that show too.
Oh. Right, the last one. It's a good one.
What's your favorite snack?
This is so much pressure. I can't finish the interview. I'm sorry.
There's only one.
My favorite snack. But if I say one, then the other snacks are gonna get angry at me. My favorite snack: cheese and onion crinkles, undefeated. It comes in a really small packet, which is annoying, but that snack. I'm even dressed like one. I'm dressed like a cheese and onion crinkle. This is what the packet looks like. It looks like me, but tasty. I'm telling you that for free. Tasty. Yes, best snack out there. Sorry to all the other snacks.
Yeah, that sounds nice.
I think mine would be Jaffa cakes, which are.
Thank you so much, guys, for joining us. We really enjoyed this interview. Really great to get to know you. We're really excited about your new project, and we're really excited to see more of your work as well. So yeah,
thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having us. I'm very, very honoured.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.